Dumbass.
Here we go. That's how the show opens. That's how it opens.
That's outstanding.
It's unbelievable timing on my part.
Oh, God, Shub.
I told you're the one that was like pre-show. What do you want from me?
I know, but then you usually take a second, and then
I did. It just did the delay. That's when it fired through. I don't know what you want me to do.
I'm sorry.
Joe, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
You know who your Buffalo Bills drafted in this past weekend.
At this point, I'm aware, yes.
What have you doubled back to the tape?
No, not for 1 second.
No, really?
Yeah, not for a second.
Man, I'm like rewatching all my guys.
Haven't done it. I normally don't.
Not interested anymore, huh?
No.
Kind of over it?
No, I watched Wild Goose because I hadn't seen him yet, but that was it. Yep. Because you have a different lens, man. You do. Like when that player's drafted to your team, but you see them differently.
Yeah, but it's more so about the landing spot.
I know, but I still remember what I thought about the player when I watched him. So,
well, that's good. You can then compare it to what you think about the situation he's coming into.
What can I say? I was honest with you. You seem very disappointed that.
I would have expected you to like go back and rewatch Gregory Rousseau and like kind of piece together like.
No, Kyle Krabs had a first-round grade on Gregory Rousseau. I'm good.
Okay. Great. I'm glad I could be of service. You
are a big service to me with both Rousseau and Basham because this reminds me of 2017. The Bills had a great draft. It was the Trey White, Deion Dawkins, Matt Milano year, right? So 3. And do you remember
the Deion Dawkins?
Do you remember after that draft? I'm like, man, I don't know about these players, and you're like, no, dude, these are good freaking players. And I'm like, are you sure? And you're like, yeah, man, they're
Deion
good.
Dawkins can play, man.
I know. And then
just the whole problem with the Senior Bowl is to try to play him inside, right?
So brother.
Sent him a tackle only, and sure enough, he was.
Oh yeah, when Kyle's high on Bills players, man, it speaks to me. I'm good.
I thought your class stunk.
No, you didn't.
Wow.
I actually don't know what. No, I listened to you on WGR actually, and I thought you had very good analysis on. On
trying to be objective.
You were definitely. I thought we saw it eye to eye. I really did. So it's good.
We excited to give away a jersey tonight?
Yeah, I think so. I'm nervous, but
nervous about what? There's nothing that's going to go wrong.
Always a little nervous.
Thanks for that. I guess I'm just concerned. There's been this kind of movement lately amongst the listeners of the show that I in some way rig things against them. And as the person who put together the list, I can already see you didn't get my review, or where's my name, or just 6,000 different things that I can see.
We will not stand for that, but we are. We're going to do it in real time. Correct?
I have the tab up, and
right. We'll share the screen. Right.
1,000%. Sam absolutely is correct that you jinxed it by saying that there isn't going to be any problems.
Okay, that's fine. While we're still in pre-show, make sure you guys are jumping in with your hot takes and hypotheticals and questions, and let's make sure we were popping off on Monday night. Want to be able to? Oh, Jamie, that's a good one.
That's a good one. I'm gonna say that.
That's a really good one.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna have fire content. We're good.
Yeah. So
everybody try and beat Jamie's. Would you rather? This is a good one.
Forgot to put the scrolling bar up. Are you guys ready for this?
Yes.
Sure. Let's do it.
What's better than this? No. Guys being dudes here on the Draft Dudes live stream. It's Thursday night. We're here. You're here. We're talking football. We're talking would you rathers. We're giving away a jersey tonight. And a big shout out to Mighty Swell, who brings you this outstanding content. Going with the mango raspberry tonight.
Pop that.
Let's see.
Pop that. Don't stop.
Come on. There.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
I risked a lot there. I risked that blowing up all over me. So
listen, no Mighty Swell for me. This is Grandpa's old cough medicine. If you're familiar with Dumb and Dumber, right? So little under the weather, but we're gonna play like champions. No excuses. and steamroll through.
So the TDN backdrop that I normally have is to my left. As everybody knows, we were all together. We were all together last week, and so since I've gotten back, I'm still reorganizing some things. I had some of my equipment with me when we were in, like my laptop and stuff. I'm still getting everything set up here, so the backdrop did not make it back in to the setup. So
you brought it back. You brought it with you?
Oh. No, but I move it so I don't have it behind me at all times of the day. I only have it up when we're doing live streams, so it's back over here against the wall. So I just didn't move it over today.
Chris, that cardboard box is an excellent touch. You should leave that.
My guy got an Amazon shipment today.
There's some stuff in that box. I actually don't know what is in that box, but yeah, you like the plant back there. The plant's good.
Is it real?
It's like Joe's.
No, it's
I'm the only one without a plant.
It's an IKEA plant.
Yeah, my wife has become very interested in having plants in our house. So they're everywhere. They're everywhere in our house suddenly. So
we can't see that, by the way.
I've got a question. If we could start this off like this, Kyle, I know that you're aware of this statistic. Chris is also aware of this statistic, and I'm calling total BS on this statistic.
No, this is Joe.
No,
this is
ridiculous. It's not right.
You're wrong on this.
There's no way. The statistic is Albert Pujols
has
insane. Gotten a hit on 10.21% of all players to ever throw a pitch in an MLB game. There's no freaking way. Baseball was going on for over 80 years before Pujols came into the game. There's all these random minor league guys that come in and throw one pitch. There's just no way this is true.
Albert has played 20 years. So he's played 20%, and he played in one league, right? Well, he technically played in two leagues, right? He was in Anaheim, and then he was in
There's St. Louis. No way this is true.
The most mind-boggling statistic of the spring.
Joe, he's played for 21 seasons. By the way, he's not done yet. He's still going to play.
There's redundancy there, right? So he's gotten how many hits? Like 2,500 hits in his life or something?
No, he's got 3,200 hits. And
3,200 hits.
He has over 12,000 plate appearances. I don't think the statistic
That's such a small amount in the grand scheme of baseball. Over the course of the history of Major League Baseball.
I hope you feel better. You got this off your chest, but
I mean, I saw the statistic because he sent it to me.
I need to see the data.
I just disagree strongly that you're just throwing this out.
I'm gonna move us on, and then gonna put Benjamin Solak in timeout. 5 minutes, shutting him down. Joe, you can't read the comments, can you?
Yeah, I can see it. Why can't I can't see it?
Well, you can't see us in the pre-show.
I can see the comments.
Oh, well, good for you. Congrats. All right, so we got some takes.
Yeah, do we want to do the jersey at the end of the show? Is that
let's do that at the end, and we'll kind of puff it up on social, give everybody a chance to get in here, and we'll do the drawing. And we've got the browser with random.org, right?
On the other screen here. Yes, random.org. All the names are in there.
We're going to pull it up. We're going to show you. We got like 200 reviews of the show.
Yep.
We'll hit random, and it's whoever's number one, right?
Who's ever at the top of the list, who's ever
number one on the list. Yes. You'll have X amount of time to get a hold of us, and we'll reach out on social as well.
All right, I'll put Jamie's up there because we were talking about it in the pre-show here. Would you rather be able to undo one of your team's draft picks and select a player who was on the board at that time instead, or undo one rival team's first-round pick to make them take somebody else?
Can you pick the somebody else, though?
Right. Can you make the direction of who they would pick instead?
That would be a clarification question that Jamie would have to chime in.
Because that changes it.
No.
Because if I take Jalen Waddle off the Dolphins and then they just go and get friggin' whoever, Penei Sewell or something then that's not worth it. If I can take Jalen Waddle off.
Jamie says sure.
Oh, yeah.
You can pick who the player is.
I think I'm taking that.
I kind of want to control my own destiny, though.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you're satisfied with the picks, like if you don't think there was a obvious other direction that they should have went, and there's a better benefit in switching Zach Wilson to Zach Smith, you know what I mean?
Right.
You got to think about that.
Right. You could put a whole different bunch of layers on that for making it fair, right? Like you could say, we'll take Zach Wilson off and give you Mac Jones, or at least Mac went 15. Says Zach Smith, Joe.
Would you not do that too?
Yeah, I would, but you lose the spirit of the draft that way.
Which is the point.
So who are you taking off, Joe?
Well, the Dolphins are the bigger threat than the Jets. I'm not concerned about the Patriots right now. Like in terms of taking off.
What? Fool. Okay. Cool.
I am concerned about the Patriots, but Mac
Go ahead
Jones.
and clip that one.
No, listen. The Dolphins are the biggest threat in the AFC East. The guy that I'm most nervous that they acquired is Jalen Waddle. So you're losing Jalen Waddle and you're getting somebody else.
Okay.
Some senior offensive tackle from Fresno State.
I might do Zach Wilson.
Excuse me?
I legit might.
It makes sense for you. I would do the same.
Well, and the reason being is you're seeing this arms race in the AFC, right? And the Jets are all geared up towards all this extra draft capital. And I hate the Jets. Like
what did we do to you, man? Like we didn't do anything to you.
What did we do to you?
Nothing.
I didn't forget the Monday Miracle, the Monday Night Miracle.
I've done nothing but have respect for you and your franchise and your team. I was happy for you and what you did in the draft. You're just being a negative Nancy.
Mistake. That's your first mistake. Misery loves company. So I'd probably go if you give the Jets somebody other than Zach Wilson. Their entire rebuild is now tethered to somebody that you could perceive to be the wrong quarterback, and you're going to be back here again in 3 or 4 years. So like I would give you, and I wouldn't even like stoop to the lows that Joe did and give you like Trask or Davis Mills.
No, Zach Smith is who I gave him. Zach Smith from Tulsa.
No, I know who you're talking about.
I'm very clear.
I would give him like Mac Jones.
This is mean, but okay.
Okay, Chris, who you take? Would you like to apply the same?
No, because I don't believe in the sabotage. I would rather just change one of my picks. So
and who would you change?
I don't know. I like my draft. I'm very comfortable with what Joe did. But if confronted with the scenario, I would rather have the ability to change one of my own picks. I'm not going to take down the rest of us here. We're all friends on this show. No. Unbelievable.
No.
2022 draft takes. Get them while they're hot.
Right now, I'm taking Thibodeau.
Kayvon Thibodeau would be my pick as well.
Me too. That's with watching very little of all 4 of those players.
Well, let me tell you, I watched some Javon Holland over the last 3 days, Joe. You got to see some freshman Kayvon Thibodeau. Oh my God, he's a monster. He is a monster. So that's my pick.
I saw him against Vera Tucker in the USC game. So
ran loops around.
He did. Yep.
Now, Vera Tucker had a hamstring, so it'd be fair. But
2 of them I hear.
He had a bad hamstring in that game.
Oh, this one from William is just interesting. Would you rather peak Mike Tyson be a running back on your team or peak Shaq be a wide receiver tight end on your team? By the way, Shaq, who I saw in Atlanta last week.
I did not.
You were not there.
I got there a day too late.
You're just a little late for
So the list of people that saw Shaq in Atlanta last week is growing. I knew going into it was it Brentley and Dre saw him, and now you're a part of this mix as well.
Yes, I was at the. Jamie can attest. Jamie can personally attest that I was there.
Jamie was also there.
Jamie was there as well. So was Paige. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, so 5 of you. All right.
I think there were more than 5 too.
There were, I think, probably 7 or 8 of us in total.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Courtney was there too, and
it was a big group of us.
Yeah, everybody got to see Shaq, Joe, except for us.
I got to see my goddaughter's baptism, and that beats seeing Shaq.
Wow.
See, that's being a good friend, Kyle.
Yeah, we're
Kyle's
a
great friend outside of football. Okay.
Yeah, just don't ask me to mix rooting interest with being a friend. Because
Shaq is the answer to this question, right?
No, I don't know.
Peak Shaq, yes.
Here's the challenge though. What is Shaq like? 7 feet? Is he taller than that? If those guys were effective, we'd see those players in the NFL, and they're not there. What 7 foot tight ends are out there making plays? Nobody. That's just too much size.
Yeah, but Shaq was like different. Shaq was built different. Shaq was Avery Williamson before Avery Williams, or Zion Wilson before Zion. I was mixing Avery Williams.
Yeah.
I was mixing Avery Williams.
Nope.
No,
it's going to be a no.
Zion. He was Zion before Zion was Zion. As far as like an athlete, and as Charles makes the great point, you don't see him in the NFL because they're playing in the NBA. You get a first class ticket right away at 7 feet if you're athletic.
But there had to have been one that fell through. There's not a single one that's ever fallen through the cracks and said, I like football more and I want to be 7 feet tall and play tight end.
Who is the tallest NFL player in history?
Dan Skipper, probably 6'10". Bad offensive tackle.
Richard Sling at 7 feet, you nut.
Tell me about his career.
Sling drafted in the 10th round of the 67 draft by the Raiders, would last 8 games in his rookie season in 1967.
Yeah, I'm going Mike Tyson.
No.
Would you rather have the Bengals pass catchers or the Panthers pass catchers?
Ooh.
Panthers.
Yeah, it's
Panthers. Yeah, it's Panthers.
McCaffrey's a better back.
That's just such a good group in Carolina, man.
Moore is the best receiver right now.
Yep.
Chase is the most talented of the group.
Physically talented.
Right? But is an unknown. Marshall's not going to be asked to do a lot in comparison to the other guys.
And we didn't even include Tommy Tremble here,
I was just going to bring him up.
For my money, is the starting tight end right away because Thomas isn't getting anything. And Azuma's the option for Cincinnati.
I like the Panthers for this one.
Panthers.
Well, Ross, I don't know what this is.
That's not a question.
That's not a would you rather, Ross. I need more information.
Phil wants to know if we've given away the jersey yet.
Phil. No, we have not.
We're going to give it away in 10 minutes.
Kyle, if you won the jersey, which play would you get? Waddle?
He's ineligible to win the jersey.
I'm just saying, hypothetically, it's fun.
I need to know what number they're wearing.
17 and 15.
Oh, I might take Phillips at 15.
Be nice, right?
Be a big guy wearing 1-5.
Yeah.
And I already got a 17 Dolphins jersey, so
I'll just
get the name. I'll just get the name.
Tannehill jerseys are back. They're good. Just get the nameplates, right?
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
You could do the retro that's not retro because it's the 2006 logo. Would you rather Aaron Rodgers and Michael Pittman
or Jordan Love in the trade haul for Aaron Rodgers? Very confused by this.
I don't know.
So he's saying instead of drafting Jordan Love,
they
take Michael Pittman.
Oh yeah,
or Jordan Love, and then whatever
one. Yes, because that keeps us from this mess that we're currently in.
Right.
Well, and then also it's a matter of what do we think you get for Aaron Rodgers? I have no idea.
The Athletic did an article on this today where they came up with trade packages from Denver, the Raiders, and some other team. And they didn't make sense because the Broncos had to give up. The foundation was like 2 1s and a 2 plus a player. But the Broncos were 2 1s and a 2 plus Fant and Judy. And the Raiders, It was like 2 1s and a 2 plus Derek Carr. I'm like, how is that a better offer? And then there was another team. I can't remember who it was. But if it's 2 1s, a 2, Jerry Judy and Noah Fant, I think if you're the Broncos, you got to say no.
You'd have a lot to work with still. And here's the thing that you have to look at it from. If you get Aaron Rodgers, like your ones are going to be, I don't want to say useless, right? But your ones are going to be 25 plus in the draft order.
That's certainly the idea, right?
So like, I'm a little less hesitant to give away a bunch of ones if I know I'm picking 25 or I'm picking 28 or I'm picking 32. Sammy in the comments, it was Washington. 2 1s, a 2, and Daron Payne. So how the hell's Denver got to
brother? I read this article earlier. I'm like, why is Denver paying like double what everyone else is? But yeah, is Antonio Gandy Golden too? Yeah, of course.
Because they have the most to give, and they're the most desperate.
Man, that's a hell of a tax, man. Your last 2 first-round picks, oh man, that's too much.
If you're Green Bay. 2 1s, 1 of Jerry Judy and Noah Fant, and a 2.
I'd take it if I was the Packers because I don't think
over the other offers.
Yeah, I don't care about getting Derek Carr back.
Yeah, I think of all the options I would getting Derek Carr is the one that is least appealing to me because you can then parlay all of those assets to go find. First of all, you have Jordan Love. And like, why is Derek Carr the big add-on for a deal when you have Jordan Love and you used a first-round pick on him?
Right.
You got to give him a shot. And if it doesn't work out, then you have all those assets to go get a quarterback. Tiki says Raiders waste their first-round picks anyway, so just send them over.
Kyle Kamish, would you rather have addressed the running back position like Denver or Miami the last 2 years?
Miami, by far.
So Denver signed Melvin Gordon to a 2-year, $16 million contract and then traded up in the draft to get Javonte Williams.
Miami. They're going to have Gaskin and Dokes. It's going to be a perfectly good running back tandem. It's going to be 2 7th-rounders.
You're going to give everybody a bunch of hope about Jared Doak. The opportunity cost is the biggest reason.
Right.
At least if it's Melvin Gordon, it's a free agent signing, right?
Right. It's still, but it's also $8 million a year in cap space that you can't spend elsewhere.
Okay. Do a little quick math here.
Oh, boy.
No, I have my calculator. I'm good, Chris. I promise. You know how many yards from scrimmage Melvin Gordon had last year?
60. Oh, per game?
Per game.
Well, 60 was my guess.
76.
Okay.
Myles Gaskin had 97.
Yep.
He played in 5 less games, but he had a bout with COVID, which you can't really control, and then he missed some time with an MCL.
Gaskin and Dokes.
Oh, this is a good point by Sammy. They'd already crushed it with Philip Lindsay ironically, I think is the last 1,000-yard rusher that they had, and he was a UDFA.
He's on Houston now for like a bag of peanuts he signed.
What a weird.
Yeah. I thought somebody would want him, right?
I'm rooting for him.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for him big time.
That team's offseason has been weird.
Houston's?
Yeah.
Sign anybody who was willing to put their name on the contract.
That's basically what it became.
Unreal.
Yeah.
They're going to get the number 1 pick next year, right? Like they're whatever Spencer Rattler.
I think I saw overseas the odds for them to go 0-17 was like 33-1.
You know what? It was just in this moment that I realized we can have our first 0-17 team this year because we've moved to 17 games.
It'll be an all-time worst team in NFL history.
It'll be the worst team in NFL history by far.
So Tyrod won't turn over the ball. That's going to help them. They can have a pulse on defense and have like some opportunistic plays and win a game 17-13.
It's not hard for them to have more of a pulse on defense than they had last year. They were horrible last year.
Wasn't
They've
very
been bad
good
for several years. I think they're going to win a game. They'll win 1 or 2.
So we're assuming that Tyrod's going to be the starter for obvious reasons of what's going on with Deshaun Watson.
Correct.
You don't think if the season begins to go sideways that they don't just turn to the bench and say, you know what, Davis Mills, get out there.
But what example do you have of a team doing that outside of the Eagles with Sudfeld? And that was not.
And that was week 17, right?
Yeah, like
the last game.
I don't think that happens. The Panthers should have done that last year. They should. Will Greer, you're the Charlotte kid. The season is yours, and then
go make some magic happen.
Yeah, no teams don't do it. We talk about it, but they don't do it.
I mean, he was their highest drafted player in this year's draft class,
which is we'll save that for when we do the AFC South.
Just saying.
But
just wanted to point that out.
That chewed me up, ground some gears inside me.
Okay,
you use your first pick on Davis
Mills. 67. Yep.
Ooh, how about this one from R. Fritz?
This one from R. Fritz. A.J. Dillon in the second or Trey Sermon in the third?
Joe?
Yeah, I like Trey Sermon better. So I think he's a better back, like in every way. Vision, contact balance, pass catching ability.
Dillon's got better power.
Sure, but he needs those runways for it to matter. Like Trey Sermon can navigate those tight, condensed spaces a lot better. I don't know, man.
I'm taking Sermon as well, but I think it's a little closer than you framed it as.
Right, yeah.
Did you know he has big quads?
It's yes, I do, and that didn't make him a good player.
So I run the risk of this being replayed back in a year from now. I'm out on this one.
Kyle liked him a little bit, right? Georgia now? I like him better than Slovis, I think.
It's not even close.
Yeah, Slovis
He's way better than Slovis, at least right now.
Yeah,
I'm sure Slovis will go 1 now because we said this in May 6th, and we'll never hear the end of it. But I'm watching USC, and I'm like,
bad.
This is the guy where it. You know what it reminded me of a little bit? Reminded me of the fawning over Jake Fromm at Georgia.
Those USC games in the early part of the season, they played so poor through the first 3 quarters and then just lucked their way into wins the first couple
weeks.
Right.
They had like, what game was it where it was like a miracle of modern science that they ended up winning the football game?
It was the first game of the season. They played Arizona State. Arizona State had a 2-touchdown lead late. They got a touchdown, an onside
with like
kick,
5 minutes.
Touchdown, all with 5 minutes left. Like Keaton Slovis had no business keeping them in that football game, and they just won.
So I think I might stick on this Slovis Jake Fromm thing. You know how big he is?
No. What is he?
7 feet tall.
6'2", 200.
So he's probably really 6'004. 6'005, something like that. 205.
195.
Yeah.
Give me. I'm in on JT Daniels a little bit. I thought he showed some life there
as QB1. That was what the take was.
So
it's wide open right now.
I want to see the Liberty guy, Malik Boyd. I think there's some hype for him. He sounds really interesting.
I read a story today from Bill Connolly of ESPN, who put together a guide of all the quarterbacks to pay attention to for the 2022 draft cycle. The guys that McShay had in his recent 2022 early mock draft, and then a bunch of other guys. The Coastal Carolina kid was in there. It was a pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, it was a pretty good list. It's pretty good list.
That's cool. Grayson Lambert.
Yes.
Yeah, he went to Porter Ridge High School, which is where I live, and somebody I used to work with, it's their cousin, and so they're like dialed in. I'm rooting for him. But so a little bit of a tease. I know Chris, part of what he's been preaching to us over the last several months as we prepare our content for the summer is we really want to kind of bring you inside our process even more. Mm-hmm. So we're going to talk a lot more about prospects a lot earlier and have a lot more fun with that. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, and I don't want to speak for the guys here, and we'll get back to takes here in a second, and would you rathers, but I've had a lot of people reach out to me and ask me about like summer content plans and what it's going to look like, and they've asked for some explanations on some different scouting terms that the guys use and that kind of stuff. So this summer is going to get you up to speed to really be a part and to really enjoy the 2021-2022 college football season in this process, because I think the summer is going to be a little different. So I'm excited about what you're going to get from us here in the summer.
Alex, please calm down. It's May 6th.
What'd he say?
He said Slovis is 6'3", 215. Well, on College Football Reference, and I already see him saying College Football Reference is a bad source. College Football Reference, he's 6'2", 200. So it's very early in the process. If it's incorrect, we'll come around, I promise.
So are we going to do this thing with Desmond Ridder, who is probably going to be a third-round quarterback this year, where he's just going to shoot up the board?
Because he's the one everybody knows.
Yeah.
I like Ridder, man. But
I do too.
He's that guy. I texted Kyle a couple of different times throughout the course of last season because Cincinnati's in my region. I was like, Kyle, keep me grounded on Ridder. Like I need to stay level-headed because he has those moments where you're like, man, I really like what this kid has, but then he's very inconsistent. Obviously, he can control his narrative a bit this year with how he plays, but right now I look at Derek Stingley as a do-everything corner, right? In Ritter's rough around the edges quarterback. I think Stingley's the better choice based on what we know right now.
Chris?
Yes?
Is it time?
Do you want it to be time?
It's time!
It's time! 7:56.
Yeah. It's time. I will share my screen. We will do this. I think this
so.
Is,
how many participants? This was Kyle kind of came up with this in the middle of a show one time and went with it.
Yeah, didn't clear it with the producer of the show. Just kind of went with it, and here we are. I have all of the names. I went through the official Apple Podcasts page. If you look up the Draft Dudes, I went through it, and anybody who left a 5-star review and mentioned what their favorite episode was, your name is on this list. And for the one person who gave us a 3-star review with their favorite episode, you're out. You're out. You're not
Disgusting.
in. So I'm going to hit this button down here one time, the randomize button, and the name at the top of the list.
Chris, give us a quick scroll. You don't have to go all the way to the bottom, but let's just give everybody an appreciation for how many names there were.
Thank you to everybody who did this.
Amen. Absolutely. So we're looking forward to sending away a jersey to somebody. I saw Sam Teets on there.
Hey, Sam was in there. Yes.
Okay.
By the way, I appreciate you, Sam, for going very, very similar to the name that you use on social media. And here it makes it very simple if you were to be the winner for some of these other names. We're going to have to do some cross-reference and some verification process. But all right, if you guys are ready, I will press the randomize button.
Let me go full screen. I want to.
We can have our winner.
So it's the name that's the top of the list. Like, we want to make sure we leave no wiggle room here. We did not pre-record this.
Jamie, come on.
It is
Chris,
the top name.
Chris.
The name.
Chris, go highlight random.org uses cookies at the very top. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
okay.
thank you.
So, the pre-recorded my butt, my rear end. The name at the very top.
The name that is in the number one spot. That is going to be the winner. So if you guys are ready, I will press randomize in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, Stone with the numbers after your
name. Is that a phone number? Can we call that phone number?
I don't know if that should be a phone number, but that is the winner. Stone 2908 19.
How many numbers is it?
08.
How many numbers is it? I'm gonna call him.
No, I don't do this on the
290-819. Yeah, call him. Do it, Kyle. 290-819.
This is not good. This
1408. You got this. See what happens.
Chris took it away before I was done.
408 is the last three.
Then I don't have the number.
Dolphins, Chris. I don't know if I believe you.
So we're going to have to verify. We will announce something on social. If you have proof, then you can reach out to us and offer what proof you have. Ryan says it's Stone Forsythe.
He wants his own jersey.
I think he can handle that himself.
So I will say some of these reviews had people put their Twitter handles in there. So I'll check there first. But you see, this is what I'm talking about, right. Sam. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Don't do this.
This is the concern.
Yes, Dolphins, Grace, you did. In yours, I remember reading yours, and you literally said, "This is me." So there you have it. We will be in contact with the winner, and we will proceed from there.
We will be issuing a statement. Do we have a window that this person needs to get back to us in time for?
They have to get back to us, one of the three of us. It can
by the
can
next live show?
By the next live show on Monday, because if not,
we'll do it again.
We'll do it again.
Chris, keep that tab open. I'd hate to see you have to pull all those names all over.
Copy paste those into a little document.
The tab is staying open. The tab will be staying open.
All right, let's see what happens. So, I hope you guys enjoyed, right? 30 minutes. It's May 6th. Had a good old time. Talking a little bit of football, talking a little baseball at the top of the show.
Not a true
do something nice for everybody. So we hope you guys enjoyed. If you didn't get it, listen, we're going to try and get creative with some promos and make sure you guys are having the best fan experience that you can. Kyle Krabs, Joe Marino, Chris Schubert. Thanks as always. We got another episode of the podcast tomorrow reviewing the division from the 2021 NFL Draft. And then we'll be back on Monday with another show and another live stream with hopefully celebrating with a winner from the giveaway.